Hello everyone, my name is Tongsly, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Monarch. Where we last left off, we have finished one of the ideals for the Lust Pact Bearer, and we got to see some of the cinematic intros and like cutscenes of like introducing Shinya to the group. People for some reason blaming me just because they like to wear a choker, and people thought I put collars on people. Yeah, why don't I just snap collars on everyone? Snap! There's a collar right there! There's a collar! Everyone gets a fucking collar! But anywho, we are right now about to possibly begin going after the second ideal. But first we got some conversations with apparently Chiyo, who wants to tell us something. So let's talk with Chiyo. I was gonna head to the the doctor, but apparently I have to talk with them first. Shut up, everyone! I'm talking to Chiyo.
Sure talks a lot when he's with you.
Okay.
He's a mysterious guy, and he's always by himself, so I never knew much about him. Except that his reflexes are a cut above, and that he studies hard, and that he's kind, and that he's popular for his looks.
Okay, that's a lot of and.
But I feel like he's closed off. It's not that he's a loner, he's just not very approachable.
So, he's very much likes to keep to his, like, personal space, is what she's getting at.
By the way, Shinya told me that Akane is a pact bearer.
Yep.
But it's hard to believe, don't you think?
Well, I mean, she is a stalker, so she has some very big wishes to fulfill.
People always call Akane the Odette, and Sumire the Odile.
I don't know what those mean. You know what? Let's look that up. Let me look that up, actually. Let's see. Odette, as a girl's name, is of French and Old German origin, meaning wealth. In the famous ballet Swan Lake, Odette is the good swan, while Odile is the evil black swan. Wait. So, Akane is supposed to be known as the good swan, and Sumire the evil? Now I'm starting to question if Sumire is actually the good one.
Akane is girly and elegant, while Sumire is an irresistible flirt. But Akane's so kind and cheerful, she wouldn't hurt a fly. She's not the type to carry a grudge.
Why do I get the feeling they literally swapped places with each other? And... No, that wouldn't make sense. I'm confused now.
I can definitely imagine Sumire making a pact, though. It wouldn't be out of character for her. I wonder what happened to Akane.
Well, I mean, apparently Akane's boyfriend broke up with her.
Maybe I should look into this a little more.
I'd be careful where you're going. Okay. Oh, Vanitas has something to tell us?
Human desires become the most clear when dealing with somebody whom they hold dear.
Okay.
Today I'll reveal the desires at your roots by questioning you on romantic pursuits.
Okay, here we go. One of these questioning things. I hope you're ready for this.
Question 1. Say you are smitten with someone you know. How would you go about telling them so?
Get to know them first. That's definitely me.
Question 2. They say that for now, dating's out of the question. How do you handle your rejected confession?
They say dating's out of the question. So that means they don't want to date. Yeah, I'd say I wouldn't really bother pushing it any further, really.
Question 3. You eventually find a prospective soulmate. Where should they sit during your dinner date?
I would say I'd let them decide.
Question 4. Your partner has finished their meal before you, but you are still hungry. Now what do you do?
Yeah, I'd say I'd be done. I wouldn't want to make them wait any longer.
Question 5. You and your partner's beliefs don't align. Are you upset? Or is everything fine?
I mean, some people talk about the whole, like, opposites attract and all that, which it really depends, really, on personality and my perspective or opinion about it. I'd say, like, I'm the type of person where I just say, like, agree to disagree and just move on. So I say it's fine. I like expanding my worldview.
Question 6. What would you do if you heard a rumor stating that your partner's parents were against you dating?
Yeah, I'd say prepare for the worst just in case.
Question 7. While out at a theme park on a fun little jaunt, your partner points out the ride that they want. It drops down 100 meters or so, but heights petrify you. Do you still go?
Funny enough, in real life, I'm not a huge person on heights myself either, so... Honestly, if they really want to go, I could try and tough it out for them, but I wouldn't be a really big fan. But I'm also the type of person where I would hope my partner would be understandable about, like, things that I'm not comfortable doing myself. Because that's the best way to get along with your partner, is there's going to be sometimes you're not going to agree to want to do a certain thing that your partner wants to do. Like, if you're not going to want to do anything they want to do, then that's a negative thing. But if it's just, like, few things, like for example, this, like, oh, just because you won't go on that one ride, it's like, it shouldn't be a problem for them to understand. So I'd say I'll make a rate check.
Question 8. When you return from finding a bench for the show, your partner is chatting up someone you don't know. Whoever they are, they look much better than you. What do you think is going on between these two?
Well, by the looks of the image, she definitely has, like, an appeal that, like, they look like they know each other. So it can't be exes unless they gotten along with each other at the end of their relationship. But I don't know, this feels like a little bit too chummy that I feel like this would be childhood friends. So I'd say they're childhood friends.
Question 9. Your hunch is correct. Their reunion is sweet. How would you feel if they made plans to meet?
Yeah, if they want to meet up so I can know their friend from their childhood more, sure, it's fine. I believe in my partner.
Question 10. The clock strikes 9. The moon is bright. You take your partner home for the night. They linger and stare in expectation. What would you do in this situation?
Oh, this is where, like, it determines the romance. So, the moon is bright, you take your partner home for the night. They linger and stare in expectation. So yeah, they're expecting it then. So I'm gonna take a guess that they're expecting it.
Question 11. You and your partner are in a rough patch. Each argument ends with a shouting match. The stress has been making it hard to sleep. What do you do now that you're in this deep?
I don't get how eating healthy and exercise would change anything. Bundle up and try to sleep? I'd say yeah, I would just, like, keep trying to sleep.
Question 12. Your partner eventually spurns all your texts. What do you think caused these adverse effects?
So they're avoiding all the texts. Oh boy. I feel like it would have to do with like they could also be busy of why they're not answering, but I mean it would also cause a lot of people to question. The perv thing, I don't think it would be that one. Because like all we did before was like they were showing expectations for like a kiss and all that. So after that, it turns out like the relationship started having arguments. So it's not because of the kiss. So I'm gonna hit the middle one because the other two choices I don't see it.
Question 13. When you visit your partner, their parents rule that their child must study and find a good school. What would you do if they told you straight that it'd be for the best if you two separate?
So the rumor is true then. So yeah, that means the rumor would be found out true then, that they're not a fan of the relationship. I like they had a whole rumor about them not liking the relationship, so they're kind of showing signs that they're projecting on the child. But I see their point about the like focusing on school. But it wouldn't be a good idea, really, to yell at them, because it could make things worse. I say let's go brave.
Question 14. Your partner insists that your love's no mistake, but still wants to split for their parents' sake. You hear your partner in tears through the phone. How do you handle this plight you've been thrown?
Okay, so they see that I do really love them, but they still want to split for their parents' sake. I say follow their heart. It would be the right thing to do, is just to let the other one follow their heart and not like make it worse any further. So that's me. I'd say follow their heart.
These questions were meant to be geared toward lust. Could it be carnal pleasures fill you with disgust?
I don't get how that would fill me with disgust. I was talking about how I would be sincere about the whole thing to not make it go any further and push it. That makes no sense.
Perhaps your desire for sloth went too far. No judgment, of course. You are who you are. But indulge your desires and life gets more fun. Be true to your ego, as you've already done.
Okay. I'd just rather not push it. I mean, that's what it was all about. It sounded like they were talking about, like, if I would, like, push it further or not. I wouldn't push it. They want to follow their heart, I'd say let them.
You have the power of resonance. Not to mention you can control fiends. It's impressive, I'll admit. But I'm not going to lose to you.
Okay.
My adoptive father, Yugo, taught me martial arts. I'm still not as good as I'd like to be, though. I tend to embarrass myself doing certain moves. I have to apply myself so I can be on Yugo's level someday. That way, I'll have strength to spare, even when the time comes that I have to fight you.
Yeah, your father's a great teacher.
Yeah, his skills are really something. But that's not all I admire him for. He's kind, caring, and he knows almost everything. There's nothing he can't do. He even took in a brat like me and treated me like a son. I want to be just like him. What am I doing? You're the last person I should be talking to about this.
Okay, whatever. I keep openly helping you, and you're helping me fight the bad guys, yet you're still treating me like an enemy. It's like, whatever.
You seem kind of...
So I'll see you guys when we get back to the building.
You're good to go.
So I was planning to use the map quick transport so that I can get to my destination a lot quicker, but for some reason, the map's not allowing me to use it. So I'm guessing it's because there's some sort of cutscene waiting for me outside of the building somewhere. And because of that, it's not going to allow me to quick transport, which, yep, it is. There's one right here. Well, at least we're here now.
What's going on?
Isn't that your dad?
Get out of the way, Mr. Yugo!
Oh, it is.
You are Miss Takagi, correct? I am afraid I cannot do that.
I just want to talk to Haruka.
You'll have to discard what's in your hand first.
But I can't! This is the only way I can get his attention!
How is holding a knife the only way you can get an attention?
He won't even talk to me anymore. Things have been so crazy. There's no telling what's going to happen. I can't just die without any closure. I want to hear it from you, Haruka. It's the least you could do.
Wait a minute! Isn't Haruka the guy that broke up with Akane? And I'm guessing he was with her and now he's breaking up with her? I think that's what's happening?
You said you loved me. Was it all a lie? You said you weren't good with girls, but that I was different. You gave me a promise ring. You said we'd be together forever. We made plans for Christmas next year. We even talked about what kind of family we wanted. If you weren't lying, then did you stop loving me? Was I just not good enough for you anymore? I can change!
This is getting very dark.
Or are you just testing my feelings for you? Like, whether I really love you or not. Did you think I was going to leave you first?
I'm confused what's happening here.
I just don't get it. You broke up with me out of nowhere and cut me off completely.
Yep. This is a breakup.
Talk to me. Say something. I don't get it. I don't understand why you do this to me. What did I have to do to make you stay?
We just didn't click. That's all. See, love is like two halves of a shell. If the feelings don't line up, it won't close right.
Huh.
You were just too into me. Too wholesome for my tastes. I just couldn't do it anymore.
I'm not all that wholesome, really. And if you want me to back off, I will. So, can we get back together?
Sorry, but no. Shells don't change. If things don't click the first time, they never will.
I'm really hoping what's gonna happen is not what I'm thinking. Especially when she's holding that knife.
Try to force it, and the pearl inside will get crushed into grit. And no one wants that.
What? But...
That's why I broke up with you. You'd only get hurt if we stayed together, so I spared you the pain.
That won't happen. I'll make sure of it. Can't we go back to being friends at least?
Ugh, this is exactly why I don't talk to my exes.
Huh?
Get a clue, will you? Do you have any idea how uncomfortable this is? If you love me, why would you go out of your way to creep me out like this?
I can't just give up on you. I love you.
You're obsessed with me, more like. You're just scared of getting dumped. The only one you love here is yourself.
You hypocrite! You selfish prick! All you do is hurt people and play with their feelings! I get it now. I was so stupid. Falling for a guy like you.
Well then.
Thanks for having my back, Mr. Yugo. I'm sorry you had to see that.
It's quite all right. I doubt she intended to hurt you. Perhaps nothing would have changed had I not been here. Even so, I am not the one you should be apologizing to.
Guess that came out of nowhere for you guys, huh?
I mean, it's obvious who they were. Why is he giving me these choices? Screw it. I'll click the top one. Those are weird choices.
One of my exes. It happens a lot, but yeah, I'm going through the same thing with Akane right now.
So it is you. Like, I was trying to remember, because it's been just like a couple days or so since I played, and I was having a little bit of hard times remembering, because sometimes I'm not good with names, and I've forgotten who was the captain that Akane was dating and got broken up with before, and it's this guy.
But hey, I guess anyone would act that way after getting dumped like last week's trash.
Then why do it if you already know?
Why? Because it's what the first person I went out with did to me.
Okay, so you're just using them as an excuse to do it yourself?
Gave me the cold shoulder. Never contacted me again. It made me want to do it to someone else. Still does. But as for why I'm like this, hell if I know, man. Shit happens.
How could you not know? That doesn't make any sense. The way I see it, it sounds like you're just a scumbag. There's something wrong with Akane. That much is for sure. But if you're the reason she's like this, then your baseball club friends must be rolling in their graves.
Are you saying it's my fault they're dead?
I think that's the blunt way that he's putting it, yes.
Try asking yourself. Even scumbags like you can feel some guilt, right?
You're the vice president of the TSC, correct?
Yes, hello. I met you earlier in the other building.
I see you're helping Shinya out. He can be a bit distant, but I assure you he's a good lad at heart. I do hope you'll get along.
I get along with everything except the constant times they're telling me how much they're planning to literally beat me up. Just because I'm a pact bearer. Other than that, Shinya's okay in my book.
The mist in Block B has dissipated, so I'll be checking over the facility. Shinya, I understand Sora has entrusted you with a task. Don't do anything to endanger yourself, all right?
All right.
The two of us are worried about you, you know.
Thanks.
Such heartfelt family moments.
Let's continue our investigation.
As soon as you turned your head, I was literally thinking in my head that you're probably going to tell me more about how I shouldn't take it lightly about your emotions, and that I should still be wary of you.
We can enter Block C from Block B. There should be a ton of mist there.
Okay, at least you didn't do that. Guess I'll see you guys at Block C to see if we can clear out this mist. And apparently there's a ton of it, so I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a pretty lengthy room. At some point also off camera, I'm gonna make sure to talk to all the students, so that way I can make sure to like get all their like info. What's happening? Oh!
Shinya, Vice President.
Hi, nice to meet you, Sumire. AKA the Black Evil Swan. Funny enough, you're wearing a black sweater, too. And your twin is wearing a white one.
I want to apologize for Haruka. I know he's been a pain.
Did he tell you about what happened?
Yep. He's such a loser, isn't he? Where do all his groupies even come from? I just don't get what they see in him.
I don't either. Honestly, like, if you see someone in your school constantly, like, dating and then dumping people left and right, I feel like that should be a sign that maybe you shouldn't go after them at all. Because honestly, there's a reason they're hooking and then clipping themselves from that line.
He wouldn't be in so much trouble if he picked his girls better. Or let them down easier, at least.
Doesn't that worry you?
Worry? What? You think he's gonna break up with me the way he did the others?
Oh, wait, are you both... You're both dating?
Nah, I'm not too worried about that. I probably should be. But I don't even really like him that much, to be honest. I guess that's what makes us work, though. You've heard Haruka go on about his shells fitting together or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's so weird. He probably picked it up from some girl. To me, love is more like buttoning clothes.
I'm sorry, what?
Two halves of a shell will never fit together unless they're a perfect match. But the wrong button can still keep clothing together, even if it does get all wrinkled. After all,
You can fall in love with just about anyone as long as you ignore their flaws. People who settle, loveless marriages, friends with benefits, it's all proof. Of course, if one button is mismatched, the rest of the fabric starts to get misaligned too. So even if two people are meant to be, the rest of the mismatched buttons will keep them apart. The fabric rumples further and further, and the wrinkles get worse and worse.
I notice everyone in life has, like, multiple, like, viewpoints of, like, what makes love work together like this. Like, it's interesting to me of how many, like, different, like, ways of putting, like, this kind of stuff together that people have. Like, the whole shells thing, buttons of clothes. You would never think that yourself until you start hearing people explain it like this. It's interesting to me.
The world is full of flawed love, wrinkles, loose threads, and such. Haruka and I are one of those couples, a bundle of loose threads waiting to be pulled. And if they are, that's fine with me. He tries to cover up the scars of his past relationships. I try to cover up my unconventional feelings. Both of us are only using each other to smooth out the wrinkles as best we can. Just kidding.
What?
I don't get this romance stuff at all.
I don't get her at all. She was getting all explanation and, like, wisdomy with all this, and then she just says she's just kidding. I'm confused.
But who's to say if what's conventional is always good, and what's unconventional is always bad? Unconventional doesn't mean unacceptable. It doesn't mean you aren't allowed to be happy.
Huh?
Mismatched buttons apply to more than just romance, you know. My family's not a traditional one, but they saved me all the same. Sometimes it's the unconventional that can bring you more happiness. Using the wrong button isn't necessarily bad. Using the right button isn't necessarily good. Whatever your unconventional feelings are, I'm sure there's no reason to hate yourself for them. Sorry. I didn't mean to talk for so long.
No, I should thank you. You're right. Even if they're unconventional, it doesn't mean I'm not allowed to be happy. But forget about that. Let's be honest here. My relationship with Haruka was never that great. By the way, Shinya.
Huh?
You're pretty cute, you know? Especially when you blush.
Another one called you cute.
Please don't.
Oh, I love when people keep messing with Shinya about the whole cute thing. It's funny. Alright, let's see if we can finally get in the Block C, which it should be downstairs. Just around the corner here to the right. Yep, alright, it's right here. And there's another cutscene. Holy crap, so many cutscenes. Oh.
Oh, Mr. Hugo. Why won't you let me through?
I'm simply suggesting you visit the infirmary. You don't seem well.
I don't, huh? Maybe it's because your son was playing too rough with me.
Oh. Okay, you're making that sound really weird.
Perhaps I could complete your errand in your place, though perhaps not as swiftly.
Oh? My. Always the gentleman, aren't you? But this isn't the kind of errand you can run.
Akane!
And here comes Shinya now. Oh, whatever shall I do?
You're about to do something with fire, aren't you? Either that or ice.
I was hoping to go cool down Haruka, but someone is blocking my way. Fine by me, though. The more obstacles I overcome, the more romantic all of it is.
She is definitely gone off the deep end.
I don't quite understand what you're getting at. But whatever it is, I get the feeling you're up to no good.
Mm-hmm.
You've got it all wrong. Be a dear and let me pass, and we can each go about our business.
Yeah, no, your business is about hurting people and going after your ex constantly.
Is that right?
Don't. If we let her do what she wants, we're going to regret it.
If that's what Shinya thinks, then I simply must believe him.
Ganging up on a fragile little girl? 3 against 1 even? You truly are despicable.
Look who's talking. Are you looking for a fight? You don't know when to give up. I don't mind, but didn't you learn anything from last time?
Well, I guess we'll just have to find out.
I knew it!
Are you okay, Yugo?
Yes, I am fine. Thanks to him.
Thanks, Vice President.
Yeah, maybe now you'll stop thinking about how you can find ways to defeat me. I'll gladly just shatter my ideals if it brings my memories back, so you don't have to keep plotting.
It would seem Miss Tono has fled.
Yep, she keeps doing that.
For her to set off an explosion with nothing but a gesture. I never imagined such a weapon could exist. Modern technology truly is remarkable.
It's not technology.
I underestimated her. I'm afraid these old bones of mine just aren't what they were. I imagine your pursuit of her is related to Sora's request. A shame she got away.
Yeah.
We'll get her. I've gotten all the other pact bearers. We'll get this one too.
That is quite the dangerous weapon she has. If left unchecked, she could cause untold destruction. Shinya, Vice President, do take care. No need to worry about me. You must get going.
We are. But we're gonna have to, if anything, continue this. Actually, no, hold on. There's another cutscene happening right in this other room, so might as well see what's happening here, and then... Oh, yeah, okay, so the cutscene's gonna happen when we go in there. Alright. I thought it was gonna happen before we go to the door in this room. So I'm gonna actually pause this right here. This will be part 1. We will begin part 2, where we actually go in there in the next episode, which is gonna be just after this. So stay tuned. You guys are gonna see part 2 uploading very shortly, very soon, right after this one. I'm hoping to get both of these uploaded today. And I'm cutting this one short instead of extending it like the others because they're making more and more, like, cinematics where they keep getting all chatty constantly that I don't want it to keep extending from all the conversations, but it seems like every anime game I've played so far, they all have lengthy conversations. And I also have some things coming up that I have to do sooner or later where I have to help put up furnishings. So I'm hoping to get all this done and then start getting everything settled and ready to upload while I do that before D&D later. If D&D is happening today. So far it hasn't happened for a couple of Sundays. Hopefully it does today. Anywho, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell so that you guys can stay notified of this content that uploads onto the channel and help support the channel as well. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, all of you please, have a wonderful, safe, healthy day. Bye everyone!
It's delicious.